Hello fashion lovers, welcome to today's tutorial. In today's tutorial, I'll be walking you through step by step on how to cut this SHEIN inspired short. And if this is what you will love to learn, kindly stay tuned and watch to the end. Also, if you have not subscribed to my channel, kindly do so now. In my channel here we share tutorials and all things fashion for women and kids. And if this is what you will love to learn, kindly click the subscribe button and join the family, and click on the notification bell for you to be notified whenever we post a video. Alright, the material needed is listed here. 2 yards of fabric. I'm using milkado fabric. It's advisable you get the gel material if you can. Okay, this short has a belt which is 1.5 inches width. So I'm placing my tape on that 1.5. Then I will take the length of the short. So I'm working with 24 inches length. So I added 1 inch extra, or I don't even know, so just add the allowance for 1/2 inch to join up and the 1/2 inch to join the down part. So that's what I did there. Alright, the next thing is to create a box with our hip measurements, our hip divided by 4. So on the horizontal line, you mark your hip divided by 4 plus 1 inch sewing allowance. Okay, so the length, I made the vertical line. You place your tape at your band allowance. Mine is 1.5, so I place it there, then mark my exact hip divided by 4 measurements. So we do that on the other side. Then on this horizontal line as well, I will mark that hip divided by 4 plus 1 inch sewing allowance. I just hope you understand what I just said now. Okay, so the next thing is to connect the lines and create that box. Alright, let me recap what I said. So you place your tape like this on your horizontal line, placing it at your band allowance that will remove it is 1.5, and my hip divided by 4 is 12.5, so I will take it directly like that. So on the horizontal part, we take the same measurement, but we add 1 inch sewing allowance to it. That is for us to be able to sew it when we get to our hip area. Alright, the next thing is to take our waist divided by 4 and 2 inches extra, which means the 2 inches is for 1 inch for that and 1 inch for sewing allowance there. So then from that line that we marked earlier, I will go up by 2 inches, and I will do that and connect it straight, and that new line will represent our hip line, and the first horizontal line we drew will represent our crotch line. Right now I've labeled it here, and the next thing is to do our crotch extension. And don't forget to leave some allowance before that line. Can you see that I left some allowance as I fold it into 2? So to do our crotch extension for the front piece, because we are cutting the front piece first, and we will divide our hip divided by 20. Whatever we have, we extend it at the crotch line. For me, I had about 2 inches there. So on the hip line, which is the next line, we come out by 0.25. Then we connect the lines together, as you see me using the curve ruler to do that. Okay, so just ensure you blend the line inwards to that line as you see it here. So the next thing is to mark our waist divided by 4 plus the 2 inches like we marked initially. So the 2 inches, 1 inch for that, 1 inch for sewing allowance. So we connect it slantly to the hip line as you see me doing it here. Alright, the next thing is to add 0.5 inches allowance to the crotch area, which is what I'm doing here. Then from the crotch extension we made earlier, then we slant it to the hem of the short. Alright, the next thing is to cut the back piece. So I fold the fabric into 2, then place the front piece on it. Then there's one thing I want you to know: that front that I slanted, I didn't cut it like that. I left it straight to the hem like that, so which is what you are seeing there. And it's advisable you use 2 yards of fabric so that it will be enough. My fabric was not enough, so I folded it like this, and just to make up for the crotch for the back. So just ensure you left enough space for the upper side as well, and by the side. So leave enough allowance, like about 3 inches by the side, then like 3 inches on the upper side as well. Okay, the next thing is to extend our crotch line for the back. So we are using the front, we are extending it by 2 inches or 2.5. If you are plus size, you can use 2 inches or 2.5, and if you are not plus size, maybe size 10 or size 12 downward, you can use 1.5 or 2 inches. 2 inches is perfect because of your butt, you understand me? So I'm extending it to the down and up. Also we extend it from up like this by 2 inches inches or 2.5. Aligning the waist of the front straight like that before taking that. So we measure our waist for the front like this, then we slant it using the same measurement we get to that 2.5 that we extend up. As you see it here in this picture, then we connect a slant line like that. All right, the next thing is to also extend the 2 inches that I did for the extension. I think I did 2.5, so I will do it at the lap area, then extend a straight line. So this is what I've done here, and I'll be cutting it out. And when I get to the waist area of the back, I will lift the front up. Yes, I will lift it up, then slant it straight using my scissors to the hip line that we have for the front. All right, the next thing is to cut the pocket. So to cut the pocket, we'll be needing the pocket bag and the pocket itself. So just watch as I'm explaining. So I'm using this fabric because my fabric was not enough. So use your fabric, the same fabric for the material for this pocket as well. And the width for this pocket is 7 inches by 13 inches. So for the cuff by the side, I go in by 2.5, but because I want to add allowance to hip, I will cut it at 2 inches. I hope you understand. So the pocket mount that we have to cuff is 2.5, but because I want to add allowance, so I added 0.5 allowance before cuffing it out. So the down part is just 5 inches, which I came down. Just use the measurement I mentioned, 7 by 13. So that's just what happened there. And we need 2 of the one we curve them out and 2 of the one that is straight like that. That's 7 by 13. The one that is 7 by 13 without curved mouth, and the one with curved mouth. So we need 2 for each. Okay, so I forgot to mention, so at the 2.5 inches, I came down by 7 inches, then curve it to the 7 inches. I hope you understand. So just use the measurement I mentioned. Now we need to cut the fly for the zip at the front of the trouser. So I'll be using 2.5 inches by 7 inches. Can you see? So I will come to the edge by 1.75. So the edge at the down part, I will mark 1.75, then go up by 0.5, then create a curve at that side to curve it at that hair end. So that's what we are cutting now, 2.5 inches by 7 inches. Alright, the first thing to sew is our dart, and I totally forgot. It was until I was done that I remember I didn't have dart to hit. So don't make that mistake like me. So to sew our dart, we need to measure our nipple to nipple measurement, then do the sewing at the front as in the picture. Can you see? You are supposed to fold it and overlap it, or instead of using your nipple to nipple measurement, you can as well measure your waist and what you have there at that one part, and divide it by 2, and the midpoint you fold your dart there. So can you see, this is how you fold it? You overlap the folding on each other like this at the front according to the picture. So you overlap 1 inch, that is 0.5 overlapping on each other, then you sew it down. Then the dart leg can be 4.5 for the front, then maybe 5 inches for the back. All right, so that's what happened. All right, the next thing is to attach our fly, and to do that, we place the 2 pieces of our front piece on each other, then place the fly on it. Then where the fly didn't get to on the crotch area, I will sew it down. Alright, then the fly of one part, like the one facing you, as you can see, I will just stitch it down to where it will stop. Okay, this is what it looks like after I've stitched it down. Then I will just iron it very flat to face the back, as you see it here. The next thing is to sew our zip. So the zip, I will leave like 0.5 inches up before I place it. Then I will make sure that it's a bit covering the zip mouth like this. Then I will turn it to the back, as you see it here. Just look closely what I'm doing. Then I will pin it down. Then I will pin it straight to down side where the fly stop. So that's what will happen for that side. Then on the other side, you are going to bring the one part of the short, then face it like you see me doing it in this video. I don't know how to explain, but if you watch closely, you will understand what I did there. So I will face the right on the zip like that, as you see it here. Then after placing it equally like that, I will now bring the fly. So the fly, I will use my pin to hold down one first before bringing the fly to cover it up behind. So the zip, when we open it to the front, this is how it looks. So I will now bring the fly, the straight part, I will use it to cover it in such a way that it will cover, can you see? I will break that straight part to meet where the short and the zip met initially. Can you see I've turned it to the front? So this one will cover it at the back like this. So I can now remove the pin there and pin it down together. So I've pinned the three together. So at the end of the day, we will have it covered up like this, which is the purpose. So one part is fly and the other one is shield. So the shield one is the one I'm attaching now, and this is how it will cover up by the time we sew it. And when we open up our zip, it will be there covering it. All right, so after pinning them down, this is what you should have. So the place that we pin is what we are sewing. So when you open up the zip, this is what you should have. Can you see how everything is? Then this last one that we pin, can you see how I pin them? The zip is in the middle of the fly and one part of the short. So that's what you should have. So now we are going to sew the first one that we pin down. Okay, so this is what I have after I've stitched it down. Can you see the zip is aiding? Just like I said, you should cover it up with your zip. So the other one too, I've sewn it down. Can you see what it looks like? Okay, when we zip it up, this is what you should have. And after zipping it up, the next thing is to sew it down by this side using 0.75 to cuff it to this side of the zip. Okay, after we've done that, the next thing is to create that cuff on the front piece as well. So the pieces that I cut out, I will use it to cut the pocket mouth of the trouser as well. So that's what happened. And after we've cut it out, the next thing is to bring the one that we cut that has cuff. We will place them on each other, right facing right like this. Then we sew it down just like you see me do it here. I will pin it down to hold them in place. I will do the sewing by 0.5 inch allowance that we left by the both side. All right, after stitching it down, this is what it looks like. Just notch it and top stitch on the lining, like on the inside, then iron it flat. So this is where I remember that we have bias at that side, the brown bias in the picture. So I will be putting the bias. So this is how it's supposed to look after you've sewn it down. So you bring the other side. So that other one, I just cut the pattern from the fabric itself to attach from the cuff on the cuff side. So this is what it looks like. It should look like after we are done joining the pocket together. So this is what you see at the front. Okay, the next thing is to flip it up. Just watch what I'm doing here. So we flip it up like this, and we start our sewing from the side like this. We cuff it, bend it, then stop our stitch around that opening where the opening stop. So that's what I will do there. So I will do it for the other side, and that will be all for the pocket. All right, for the bias, I open it up, and the tiny part, the first fold, I will stitch it down just like as you see me doing it here, as I've sewn it down here. Then it will be like this at the front. Then I will stitch it around also. So that's what I did there, and this is what your sewing should look like after doing it. And I've joined the pocket after doing the bias. Right, the next thing is to join the crotch of our back piece. So I've done that, I've placed it together and join it, and this is what it looks like. The next thing is to join them by their crotch. So I will open it up, then place the crotch of both front and back together, then stitch it around using 1 inch or ½ inch. After doing that, the next thing is to join them by this side. So just place this side and sew it by 1 inch. Okay, the next thing is to join the band to it, and firstly we need to cut it. So we measure our waist round. So we are cutting the band in 3 places. So I'm measuring the back waist separately. So what I have there is what I will cut separate. Then for the front, which is divided by 2, you know there's zip at the front, I'll measure them separate as well, then cut band for it. Then another thing is we need to cut one of the front band longer width by 2 inches. All right, so the width of the band is 1.5. I added ½ inch allowance to it, and I'll fold it into 2 to cut it, then iron it to make it stay in place. So that's what happened with the band you're seeing here. And we are going to do snatching for the bands just to make it accentuate to our waistline. So in doing that, I will open up one side of the back of the front and one side of the back, then mark 0.5 inches by this side as you see it in this picture, and then in the midpoint at the center where they meet, I will go up by 1 inch to form a triangle. So just watch closely what I'm marking. So when I mark it, I will just follow the line with sewing. So I will sew it so that it will be okay on our waist and not bulge. All right, so I will do it on the other side as well. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Can you see? And we will now notch it, then open it up, iron it before we now take it to our short and join it to them. Okay, so this is what you should have. And then the one that has the 2 inches extra, I mean that other part of the band, should be the one you join it to, just like you see it here. The next thing now is to put the bias around the hem of the short, and this is how you place it. You stitch it down first from the inside, then turn it out and sew it round. The last thing is to attach that belt hole, and to do that I've cut bias strip and I've stitched it down on the edge of about, and the length is about 4 inches, and we'll be placing it at the dart area. Don't forget to sew your darts, and we're placing it directly on the dart area and stitching it just like I'm describing in this video. So you do it on the 4 darts, so you are cutting 4 strands. And that will be all for this video. Thank you for watching to the end. Also, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my channel for more videos, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.